All right, starting our top focus with the rescue operations which are going on as far as Uttarakhand is concerned. It's been 10 days that the Silkyara Tunnel rescue operations are on, but yet to be fruitful. In fact, 41 workers today, at least for the first time, were visible. Their family members were able to see them. And there was also some conversation between the authorities and these workers after a camera and a walkie-talkie was able to reach where these workers are. What are the possibilities? How long will it take? Take a look at this report.
ठीक है कैमरा ऊपर
सारे लोग ठीक है तो कैमरे में अपने आप को दिखाएं, हाथ खड़ा करें, अच्छे से मुस्कुराएं, हम तुम्हारे पास जल्दी पहुंचेंगे, घबराएं नहीं।
एक आदमी को देखेगा, एक आदमी आए कैमरे के पास,
एक आदमी कैमरे के पास आता रहे ताकि आपके परिजनों को हम दिखाएंगे।
बामा कोई दिक्कत बना नोड़े कंपनी हो से नुको अंते ये वाला पर्यटन विभाग वाला खूब को ध्यान का लिया उन्हें लगे तो कोई दिक्कत तो बांकना हाँ उन्हें में घोटाले चलाओ कौन गया तो बांग घटा करना चुदा नोड़े वाले व्यवस्था ठीक को हम को लिया इन्हें चितान रहे
Their heads covered with hard hats, faces glistening with hope. 41 workers trapped in a Uttarakhand tunnel for 10 days were seen for the first time this morning. A camera pushed through a 6-inch pipe and walkie-talkies connected them to the scores of rescuers working overtime to bring them back and to their relatives praying for good news.
कल जो वीडियो वगैरह आई देखी आप?
वीडियो देखी है, मतलब एक आँखी से हम कमज़ोर हैं, दिखाई नहीं पड़ता तो उस पर हम पहचान नहीं पाते। छोटा मतलब जो फोटो है नहीं पहचान पाते हैं, जैसे बड़े स्क्रीन पर हो तो हम पहचान सकते हैं।
अच्छा, तो अब किसी अधिकारी वगैरह से बात हुई आपकी जब से यहाँ पे हैं आप?
हाँ, जिला प्रशासन ये कह रहे थे कि हाँ सब ठीक है, चिंता मत करना।
This, as the government today said, the situation in Uttarakhand was extremely serious and challenging, and that the workers are trapped between a cave-in and a closed end. The fresh 5-point rescue plan is focusing on horizontal drilling that will create a shaft. At the same time, vertical drilling is also being tried.
Medicines, essential medicines, ऐसे closed environment में आमतौर पर विटामिन डी, विटामिन सी की खास जरूरत होती है. Efforts have been made to push in these items. Families, a few families of the trapped workers have been transported there.
82 से आई है भैया।
क्या करेगी?
ये बोरिंग करेगी।
कैसे करेगी बोरिंग?
सर ऊपर से नीचे सुरंग में।
कितना है इसका मीटर?
ये तो 80 मीटर में है।
आपको क्या बोल के वहाँ से बुलाया कि
हमको यही बोला है कि 1 मीटर डाया से बोर करना है, वर्टिकल ड्रिल मारना है और 85 मीटर कुछ है वो बोल रहा है।
जो 41 लोग फंसे उनके?
हाँ, उनके लिए।
कैमरे पे पता चल जाना चाहिए, हम आपको यहाँ से देख रहे हैं।
उसको बोलो वॉकी-टॉकी अगर पाइप के पास ला सकते हो तो।
Nobody knows the exact time when this operation will get over, but today's breakthrough has given a lot of hope to the laborers who are stuck inside the tunnel, as well as to those who are engaged in the rescue operations. With colleague Kishore Rawat and camera person Prem Singh in Uttarkashi, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.
Meanwhile, ahead of the elections, the campaign in the state of Rajasthan is hitting a crescendo. In fact, BJP big guns, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, today boomed in the state of Rajasthan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, the Home Minister, launched a scathing attack on the Congress party during their campaign. Prime Minister also, in fact, held a road show in Jaipur. Prime Minister attacked the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot, and says Jadugar is counting his days in power. Meanwhile, Amit Shah launched a direct attack on Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi.
इसलिए जनता ने भी ठान लिया है कि अब कांग्रेस को वापस नहीं आने देना है। मेरी बात सही है? मेरी बात सही है? कांग्रेस का जाना तय है, विदाई पक्की। हमारे कांग्रेस के जादूगर साहब अब कुछ ही दिनों के लिए सीएम की कुर्सी पर है।
तो कांग्रेस पार्टी का एक ही मिशन है, परिवारवाद। मोदी जी ने चंद्रयान को लॉन्च किया, सोनिया जी राहुल जी को लॉन्च करना चाहती है। मगर मैं तो कांग्रेस वालों को कहता हूं, एक ऐसा यान है कि सोनिया जी 2015-14 से 20 बार लॉन्च कर चुकी है, लॉन्च ही नहीं होता है। ये परिवारवादी पार्टी है कांग्रेस। वो राजस्थान का ये परिवारवादी पार्टी है, वो राजस्थान का और देश का भला नहीं कर सकती।
On the other hand, the Congress, which is in fact defending its chair as far as Rajasthan is concerned, releases manifesto for the state. Caste survey, the Congress's big poll plank, featured majorly in the manifesto. The Congress party has said that once back into power, they will implement the caste survey. The Congress manifesto also focuses on welfare schemes. Many promises have been made for the women and the marginalized sections. Congress has promised jobs at the panchayat level. The Gehlot government has also promised law to tackle menace of paper leak, a major issue in the elections of Rajasthan.
Going full steam with its social welfare plank, the Congress's manifesto in Rajasthan doubled up on its social welfare promises made by the Gehlot government over the past 1 year, and the 7 guarantees launched a month before the elections.
और कानून पास कर आजीवन कारावास हिंदुस्तान में कहीं नहीं पास हुआ जो हमने कानून बनाया है, पेपर लीक वाला भी।
The manifesto focuses once again on health insurance, doubling the scope of the Chiranjeevi Bima to 50 lakh rupees. The offer of cylinders at 500 rupees per unit gets even better. Now a promise of 400 rupees per cylinder. For women, assurances of safety, CCTV cameras, and additional personnel for policing. For farmers, apart from the promises made earlier, a promise to make MSP a law and offers of low-interest loans. Working days under Manrega and urban employment increased to 150 days. A promise to hold a caste survey if the Congress comes to power. And of course, betting on the old pension scheme. The promise to make it a law and hoping it will be a game changer.
महिला को सशक्तिकरण कर और सम्मान करने के लिए जो निर्णय किया गया है, हमारी गृह लक्ष्मी योजना के अंतर्गत हम हर गृह मुखिया को 10,000 रुपए प्रति वर्ष जो उसको देंगे, जो कॉलेज में पढ़ने आ रहे हैं उनको हम फ्री लैपटॉप देंगे, जिससे वो लैपटॉप के माध्यम से शिक्षा के अपने स्तर को बढ़ा सके।
It's raining promises in Rajasthan. Both the Congress and the BJP have released their manifestos, and the focus is clearly on women voters, youth and farmers. The countdown has begun and the political heartbeats are probably now racing ahead. Everyone's waiting for the 25th of November. In Jaipur with camera person Sushil Kumar, Harsha Kumari Singh, NDTV.
Meanwhile, the Bharatiya Janata Party has hit out at Rahul Gandhi and has asked him to apologize after the Congress leader blamed Prime Minister Narendra Modi, indirectly though, for India's World Cup loss. Addressing a rally while campaigning in the state of Rajasthan in the Barmer district, Rahul Gandhi blamed Prime Minister Modi and called him, or sort of made a comparison with him, calling him the bad omen for the Indian team. The BJP has now hit back and has asked Rahul to apologize.
ये ऐसे शब्द का प्रयोग किया है जो गाली है। प्रधानमंत्री की पद की गरिमा के बारे में ऐसे शब्दों का प्रयोग, जिस हमारे नेता को दुनिया सम्मान दे रही है, क्या हो गया राहुल गांधी को? तो सीखते नहीं। उनकी माताजी ने कहा था मौत का सौदागर गुजरात में, कांग्रेस पार्टी हवा हो गई, देश में भी हवा हो रही, आगे और हो जाएगी। लेकिन राहुल गांधी का स्तर क्या हो गया है, ये उसका संकेत का।
Latest news coming in. The Enforcement Directorate has now attached Gandhi family-linked properties. In fact, ED has attached properties worth 752 crore rupees. These are AGL properties and worth 662 crores, and Young Indian properties worth 90 crore rupees, which have been attached by the Enforcement Directorate. Now, remember, Young India Indian is Gandhi family-owned company. Young Indians' equity in AJL is labelled as proceeds of crime. Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi were both questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. They are the directors as far as Young Indian is concerned. The questioning was done earlier by the Enforcement Directorate. This is the properties attached are the Herald House in Delhi, Lucknow and Mumbai. Let me go across to my colleague Arvind Gunasekar, who is joining us with more details on this. Arvind, just translate this for our viewers and just take us back to this case. Why are the Gandhis, Gandhi family or the properties related to the trust which they head in trouble at this moment?
Ankit, the Enforcement Directorate has cracked a whip in the National Herald matter. The Enforcement Directorate, taking cognizance of a private complaint that was filed by then BJP MP Subramani Swamy in Patiala House Court, initiated a money laundering investigation in this matter. And that's where, after questioning both Sonia Gandhi and also Rahul Gandhi and also conducting searches in this matter, today the Enforcement Directorate has issued a statement stating that they have attached properties worth 752 crore in connection with this National Herald money laundering investigation. And if we could see the breakup of the 752 odd crore properties that have been attached by the Enforcement Directorate, of which 662 crore worth properties belong to Associated Journal Limited. This is the company that was publishing Congress mouthpiece National Herald, and also 90 crore worth assets of Young Indian, another company that was incorporated by Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and others in this particular case. So in total, 752 crore worth properties have been attached by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with the National Herald money laundering investigation. Also, very importantly, the Enforcement Directorate sources say that among the list of properties that have been attached, that also include the National Herald House in New Delhi and also the Nehru Bhavan in Lucknow, and National Herald House properties in both Mumbai and Gurugram are among the properties that have been attached by the Enforcement Directorate. So what's next in this particular matter? Now the Enforcement Directorate questioned Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and others. They also conducted searches. Now they have attached the property. So that means next, what we can expect from the Enforcement Directorate is to name Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi and others as accused in this National Herald matter, and then file a charge sheet before the competent court, which is the Delhi Rao Samya Court in the National Capital. But the Congress party raises a very important pertinent question, that where is the FIR based on which the Enforcement Directorate registered this money laundering investigation? For Enforcement Directorate to initiate a money laundering investigation, there has to be a scheduled offense. In this particular case, there is no FIR by police or CBI, but a mere private complaint that was lodged by Subramani Swamy before the Patel House Court seems to be the case on which Enforcement Directorate has initiated this investigation.
Arvind, thank you for all those details on this very important story. Remember, the Congress party has called this political vendetta timed just at the upcoming elections. Meanwhile, India and Australia 2+2 ministerial dialogue. The Defence Minister Rajasthan Singh discussed cooperation in AI, cyber terror. India, Australia have agreed to strengthen the relationships. This is what S.J. Shankar, the Foreign Minister, has informed. Now, the Foreign Minister also said that real momentum in ties. The Foreign Minister of Australia termed this as comprehensive, strategic and Quad partners. And India also brings, in fact, the Canada probe or the Canada issue as far as these conversations are concerned.
Right after the Cricket World Cup final between India and Australia, the second 2+2 between the defence and foreign ministers of the two nations. While Defence Minister Rajasthan Singh emphasised on cooperation in fields like AI, anti-submarine and cyber-terrorism, External Affairs Minister Jai Shankar and Australia's Foreign Minister Penny Wong also met and agreed on the strength of the bilateral relationship and progress in Quad. Topics like Canada and West Asia were also discussed.
There is, I can say without exaggeration, a real momentum in the India-Australia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. Our Prime Ministers actually exchanged visits this year. I would really also, on that note, like to thank Foreign Minister Wong for Australia's strong and consistent support given to us. Did we discuss the issues between India and Canada? Yes, I spoke about it to Minister Wong, and as you know, Australia has a good, strong, close relationship with both of us. So I felt it was important that Australia get our perspective on the issue.
As expected, the current West Asia and Middle East situation was also discussed.
There are different aspects of the very complex and challenging situation that we face today. And to it also the hostages issue. There's a second set of issues, and this is the humanitarian crisis that we see in Gaza today. The need for humanitarian assistance, which is very urgent, and the observance of international humanitarian law there. So that's the second set of issues. And the third set of issues relate to the rights and the future of the Palestinians.
We are seeing a humanitarian situation in Gaza which is dire. The world is rightly engaged on this issue. We share the view that what occurred on October 7 was an act of terrorism and it needs to be unequivocally condemned. We share the view that the hostages should be released, and we repeat our call for that. On the humanitarian crisis, we have taken a very clear view, which we've articulated publicly, about the importance of international law.
One area where the interests of both the nations converge are a free and open Indo-Pacific, a common thread at Quad 2, which India is hosting next year. In Delhi, Kadambari Sharma for NDTV.
Some business news now. Brokerages remain upbeat on Indian stock markets in 2024 and project their targets for both Nifty and Sensex. Sakshi Bajaj with details.
Morgan Stanley remains upbeat on the Indian stock markets and expects the Sensex to hit 86,000 by the end of 2024. However, this bull case scenario is subject to a dip in oil prices to $70 a barrel and deeper rate cuts from the RBI. Morgan Stanley's bear case scenario for the Sensex is at 51,000 by the end of 2024. Meanwhile, Goldman Sachs has forecast the Nifty to hit 21,800 by the end of 2024, driven by mid-teens earnings growth over the next 2 years. However, they believe repeated supply-side shocks could mean inflation will remain above RBI's 4% target, and that really remains a key risk. While Barclays Private Bank believes Indian equities have outperformed world markets in 2023 and therefore one must stay invested in India. However, rising oil prices and the upcoming general elections in 2024 remain two key risks to equities and could trigger volatility for the stock markets, they believe. Analysts, however, feel geopolitical developments and central bank policies may also impact investor sentiment going forward.
Some international news now. In fact, is there a deal or truce deal which could fructify between Hamas and Israel? This is what, if you believe the media reports, are speculating. In fact, Hamas leaders are negotiating a deal. That is what the international media is saying. But at this moment, there is a lot of pressure as far as Israel is concerned. South Africa has asked the International Criminal Court for the arrest warrant against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. In fact, South Africa's ruling party wants Israeli embassy to be shut in their country.
Is Hamas close to a truce with Israel? Media reports have said Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh is negotiating a truce with Israel in exchange for hostages. This comes on the heels of massive protests by the Israeli hostages' families in Tel Aviv, demanding concrete action by the Israeli government to get their loved ones back.
We know that taking down Hamas, we keep hearing from them, is going to take months or years, and it's going to take a long time. On the other hand, the other objective is time sensitive. People are dying. It doesn't mean that we should not care about taking down Hamas. Absolutely not. Nobody is claiming that. Nobody is saying that. But we definitely have a criticism on how this prioritization goes.
Amid growing international concern over the mounting death toll of civilians in Gaza, South Africa has asked for the International Criminal Court to issue an arrest warrant against Israeli PM for alleged war crimes. South Africa's ruling party, the African National Congress, has also said that it would support a parliamentary motion calling for the Israeli embassy in South Africa to be shut. In retaliation, Israel has recalled its ambassador to South Africa. Ishan Arora's report for NDTV.